Are you overwhelmed with the options to get internet service into your RV so you can take your life on the road? I'm Jess Jorgensen, the founder of GoRoam Tech, and I'd love to help you by asking you these 3 questions that'll help you narrow down some of the variables. The number 1 question is, where do you plan to go? If you love to boondock like we do or be in a dispersed camping area, then satellite might be the best answer. Unfortunately, in these spots, you're just not really going to know if there is any cell phone service or not as a backup LTE connection until you get there, unless you can ask someone like us, I suppose, for the exact spots with service. So if you are planning to be in a RV park or a campground that is close to a national park, you'll notice on booking sites like recreation.gov, they do indicate that there is some cell phone service, and they'll give you that little bar graph on how much is there. However, they don't always indicate who the service is from. So you might show up with a Verizon subscription on your cell phone and end up having no service because only at&t was available at that site. In that instance, we recommend some of the multi-carrier vSIM routers or a SIM card you can put in your SD-WAN gear that will connect to every major provider under one plan. So again, it really depends on where you're gonna be. In RV parks, often they'll offer you free Wi-Fi, which is a fantastic amenity to take advantage of while you're there. However, we have found that based on what you're going to do while you're there, that might not be the best solution, and you might want to bring something with you in your rig instead. The second question, as I just mentioned, to ask yourself and anyone else that you're traveling with is, what do you plan to do when you get there? If you're working a full-time corporate job like we do and intend to do that from the road, then you're going to want to make sure you have several options and a very, very flexible mindset around that. If you're going to be a tourist and just enjoying some time in that particular area, then you might not need full RV internet service at the time. You might be able to just use your phone when you go into town or to areas that you see have service. We often see people parked all along the side roads where we know there happens to be service, just sitting in their vehicles or their side-by-sides to check in and see how things are going. So if you're going to be a tourist, you don't need to be overwhelmed with all of the options for internet service, and maybe it's just not a requirement. If you are working though, and you plan to be there during the day, please remember that RV park, free Wi-Fi, and a lot of cell phone signals on their own are not enough to sustain a calendar full of video calls on Zoom or Microsoft Teams, and sometimes you'll need the power of SD-WAN to make that work. Question number 3 is, what kind of cell phone service do you have today? There might be a great option if you're a member of Verizon, T-Mobile, or at&t's subscription plans to add a data-based SIM card plan to your existing account. That's a really inexpensive way to get a SIM card to use in an SD-WAN device as a backup, or any other scenario where you might be traveling on the road. It also helps us create some diversity. If you know you're traveling with a cell phone that is connected to at&t, then perhaps we can give you a Verizon connection to give you some diversity when you get there and some options. At GoRoam Tech, we help all of our clients either bring their own bandwidth or get some from us, whatever it takes to help you take your life on the road and have flawless internet service wherever you decide to park your house. Please leave us your questions in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe and follow, and let us know if you have any ideas for future topics. Thank you.